Hello everybody, Mayonnaise here with more Let's Play Sonic Unleashed. In the last part we finally got all the medals in the game and now we're going to be going for Don Francisco. Actually, when I came here, I know Swintos is around, so I want to buy some stuff from him. If I can find anything. We got Pizza Hero Sandwich. Anything of value? Not really. Well, Hero Sandwich is good sometimes. That gives you a fair bit of BXP. Nah, that's good. We'll see him around somewhere else. Yes, I should mention right now as well, if you didn't already notice the higher amount of rings. I already went through and got all the level 1 and level 2 stuff for this, which equates to 15 of these breezy dogs, which is what Don Francisco gives you. If you complete this level 1, he gives you 1. If you complete this level 2, he gives you 2. And if you complete this level 3, he gives you 3. Thing is, I see no reason to show you level 1 and level 2 and level 3 of the exact same mission, especially considering a lot of these are the exact same thing, especially for the daytime segments. It's like time battle and a ring trial, odds are you will do all these exact same way. So, yeah. Likewise, it also costs you a different amount of rings for every trier. If you die, you have to repay him even more rings for that exact same value. Level 1 is 10 rings, level 2 it is 20, and level 3 it is 30. Yeah. Also, because of the fact that I went through and got a level 1, level 2, my experience is a fair bit higher than it was in the last video. And I don't mean like I've gotten better, I mean like the actual experience bar is higher. It's in the 80s now. Dang it! That's a wonderful way to start, isn't it? It's okay. We'll make that 60 back.
Here we
eventually. Get through here and not do anything unbearably stupid. No promises on that, by the way. But I will do my best not to do anything humiliating. Self-humiliating, that is. Quite much. Stay up there. Good. To be fair, that was mostly my fault for being stupid. But robots right there. That is a good spot for if you're going for the battle section, because I think it's like 10-15 robots there. But by all means, slow down. But more about that when we actually do that one. For the time trial, just don't die, which this doesn't even let you die. If you die, it will actually force you to start over like you saw earlier. Where I died that last, like... Crap, I was trying to skip a little... I'm not gonna do that again. Okay? Okay. Third time's the charm. So... I'm out of things to say about this level already. Just be speedy and don't screw up. But I can say that about every time trial stage. There's no strategies here. Just play it enough times, odds are you'll get it right. You might need a couple upgrades, particularly in speed. A few in boost won't hurt you either, but there's enough rings in this level. You should be okay with level 1, but if you're finding that hassle-some, then get a couple upgrades in that as well. That being said, I would still recommend getting the majority of your upgrades in night. But some of the later ones, you might want to consider putting those upgrades in your day. Ha! Jumped early this time. Just a matter of showing. Yes, I know you can skip that spring, and yes, I also know it's faster, but... Ah. I should still make it. Even if it is only by a few seconds. I'm not doing M-speed or any of that crap either. I don't need to cheat to get my times. I can do it totally fine on my own. As hard as it might be. That, and I can't figure out M-speed for the life of me. I get the concept behind it, but... Those of you who don't know, there's the trick you can do in Sonic Unleashed and Sonic Generations for the quote-unquote modern gameplay. Say quote-unquote, because Sonic Lost World completely tossed that out the window. But... Usually what it is I think you have to boost and bring your analog stick into neutral and then put it back and boost to get it. It's some weird crap, but it makes you go a lot faster. Fastest results there you should just boost, but I didn't want to have to do a slow jump across that first gap, so I took the flap. No, my goodness, wait 20 seconds. Hurry up! That little section that you can't screw up. Thanks for putting that so early in the game. But whatever, I guess. It's still... You got a lot of time to figure it out. You could look at the controller and individually find out what the buttons are before that thing wore off. So, no major complaints. Speed, ring energy, what's Knight got? I'm gonna save strength because sometimes if you go too high it actually becomes really hard to get those top ranks. I'm gonna go for life. There is a reason for that one. Go for another life. Those of you that have already played the game know exactly why I'm going for life. Let's get another one. The life bar is going to be freakishly large compared to before, but I don't mind. Okay, that's good enough for now. Let's get a speed. Something with daytime Sonic finally. And save the other 5. Plenty of level ups. Breezy Dog. Also, since I didn't mention it before, the way time trials work is that it's less and less time for each level. Like, it was 4 minutes 30 seconds for Wave 1, 3 minutes 30 seconds for Wave 2, for Wave 3 it was 2:30. Battle Trial, it's just a different number of enemies. Wave 1 it was 15, Wave 2 it's 20, and Wave 3 is 25. You should have no trouble getting 25. But whatever. At least you don't have the timer chewing us out again, so we can go a little bit slower. There's a couple enemies over here, you might want to get them. So yeah, actually don't take the grind rail that time. You have 3 here you have to kill off. That's bringing you up to 5 already. Don't skip this section. You can get another 5 over here. Then here comes the part I said slow down for earlier. So, we started at 10. Yeah. 9. 9 enemies. Or no, 10. Yeah, we're set. Let's see, there's 2 enemies you have to get at the end. I think I'll laugh for a second. Dang. Nope! There I go again. It's the Patos! Shouldn't be that hard. Something also I feel inclined to mention, I forgot to get those 2 earlier, but whatever. There's still plenty. These all go off of the Act 1 stages only. They don't go off the sub-stages, with the exception of Apatos. Obviously this is Act 2, because Act 1 was a tutorial stage. It's fine. It makes more sense to be this one than Act 1, so... 18... This is... plus... I can't think of any others off the top of my head, but I know they're there. I'm not even going to try this time. Yeah. There, do it that way. It's not that I don't think they're there. I know they are. I just don't remember where. This isn't really bright. You notice I turned the brightness down on this video compared to the last few parts because I thought it was a bit too bright. It was. And there's enemies down there. Why didn't I go for whatever? Should still be okay. This level is a plethora. So maybe you don't keep skip. Oh, I do think there's something coming up, so... Finally made that jump. Yep, here's a couple. I hadn't even thought of those. Got these too. Oh yeah, and the enemies come back. But they don't counter your timer or counter the thing. Unless it's the first kill. It's sort of a first kill, but whatever. We've pretty much been set now. Because there's the 2 enemies at the end you have to kill no matter what. Well, I guess technically you don't have to kill them, but obviously you're going to. I'm not talking about these. I forgot about them too. I'm talking about the ones in the 2D section with the cannon right here. 2 enemies right there you have to kill no matter what. YXA. That'd be triangle square X for PlayStation users, but whatever. Who needs bun translations? Let's get our breezy dogs. Plus all the rings we get for that stage. That's good too. Alright, ring trial. Let's do this. 300 rings. Okay. That's not very extensive. For this stage, level 1 was 100 rings, and level 2 was 200 rings. That's kind of predictable. 300 rings, not much tougher. If it was 400 rings, it still wouldn't be terribly tough, unless you got hit. Then you hit, you lose a lot of your rings. Not all of them, like most games in the series, but you still lose a fair chunk. Enough to make these challenging. Yeah, just look at that ring counter. Actually, look at both of those ring counters. We have 2 of them. I'm looking at the one in the upper left. That's the easier one to look at for me. But so here's something I seem to hit out a lot. So, nope, made it. It's kind of a risk-reward thing because you get more rings out of that if you can make it. But if you get hit, you lose all of them. This one I do just because I'm doing the side step this time. I'm not risking it. Getting some rings here, and yeah, we're set. You know, I haven't even touched down on the joystick for probably a good 30 seconds now. Okay, now I have to. Still though. Boost button just carries you away. $330. Still probably got another good third of the stage left. Also, for your thing, take the right-hand path. I don't know why I didn't first time through. It's much faster this way. You see how much faster that was? But I digress. $400. You can see how long I can go without pressing analogs down again. I think at this point I could probably go the entire stage. I haven't touched it yet. Still haven't touched it. Still haven't touched it. Okay, now I have to. I'm not complaining about that, but it's a thing. Alright, well, that's everything for the daytime stages. Alright, time for the night stages. Now we gotta wait for the whole transformation sequence, and... No, it's weird. In daytime it looks too bright, and now that it's night it looks too dark. I don't know, but whatever. Let's do time trial, which it cuts down the time for every stage. It's 20 minutes in level 1, 15 level 2, and 10 level 3. if you're fast, you can probably do it in 5. But I guess they have to accommodate for the fact that not a lot of people will have a ton of combos, or they might not have a lot of strength on them. Still, these hot dog missions were clearly meant as endgame material, so I find that odd. But, it's one of the first stages in the game, so I'll let it slide. There are some later on that are actually fairly difficult. The running combos and the ones that you charge up your attack, particularly holding down the light attack button, which is X on the 360 version and square on the PS3 one. Those are really handy. Also, that nose needle, or whatever it's called, which is jumping and then pressing Y, trying for PS3 people. Just because it actually makes you run faster than your typical dash, and it applies through enemies. You can totally skip this section of enemies. Just go behind the ladder. Yeah, go behind the ladder. Or no, the lever. Go behind the lever. You'll be okay. Sometimes you can actually do it in front of the ladder too. Really depends on how the enemy AI wants to work, and whether or not you knock that one robot out of the way. Which I didn't, which is why I went behind it. Yeah, whatever. These enemies you gotta kill off. At least the 3 big ones. Kill off the little guys if you want. They're not required by any means, though. Yep, once you get those 3, it opens. Onwards we go. Let's see how you do that needle attack and you still sit totally still. These enemies are totally optional. By all means, skip them. Unless you really need the experience, but even then, you probably shouldn't be playing the Don Francisco missions if you need experience. The robot's optional, but for anyways. And then the wave 2 of these guys shows up. With the amount of strength I have on Werehog, it's still not that tough. That is, if I can actually hit them. That is a big if. I will admit. Big if. Gotta open this one too. Enemies here are optional, but you're probably going to want to clear out a good number of them anyways. Because you're going to be having to carry items not once, but twice. If you get hit, you drop anything you're carrying. Yeah, you drop anything you're carrying. That makes total sense, guys. My grammar skills are impeccable. Red one goes there. Green one is behind the last door on the left. Kill that robot off right away. It probably won't give you trouble, but just in case. Just gotta hurry up. This robot can be completely skipped. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. Things actually fast right here if you skip over to this segment and then just start wall shimmering. And then jump over that part where it intersects, because for some reason you slow down at that point. And the shimmies cover less distance. I don't know why, but do it. And from here, there's no extreme strategy. Take the upper path where possible. I actually didn't mean to cut to that second platform, but whatever. Might as well kill that robot off. I haven't even used Unleash or anything. That's just the lever, break everything in the pots. Yeah, I'll have something handy. Also, I just noticed this when I was going through my dummy runs earlier, but go back and look, you can actually see tails hiding behind that one wall. I had only just noticed that when I was going through the runs for level 1, level 2 for these. But I think that's a cool little thing. So tails actually in the level. I didn't know that before, but I mean, I knew he was in the cutscene, but that's the cutscene. Grabbing all the experience, because look at all the extra time I have. I made it in 4 minutes. Alright. That wasn't too bad. For night stage, it takes 4 minutes. That's pretty good. More breezy dogs. 1 left. Survival. This one, you can't get hit. There are no rings in the level, and in levels 2 and 3, you will have a smaller and smaller life bar, which is why I wanted to upgrade the life back earlier, because with higher life levels, it will leave more on the gauge. At least I think that's how it works. It seems like that's how it works, but I don't know. Level 1 will leave it full. Level 2, I think you have about half, a little bit less maybe, but then this is what you get with level 3, barely anything. Essentially, don't get hit. In later stages, this can be really trying. Also, I think this is probably the biggest reason any of us ever bought the life gauge upgrades. It'd be ironic if it doesn't even do anything. I wouldn't doubt that it doesn't, but I know I can't be the only person that bought life upgrades for that purpose. Still no Unleash. Unleash does not make you invincible, so I wouldn't go on making that mistake, but it does make it easier to fight enemies, so... Experience everywhere. I love my little unhealthy obsession with experience points in this game. Blame it on the RPG player in me. Some people say this game tries too hard to be an RPG game. Whether or not that's true, I don't care. I really like RPG games, so it can be an RPG all at once. In fact, if I was to list my top 5 favorite games, I think probably all 5 would be RPGs. Not that they were most influential or anything, heck no, but... Oh, I missed that one. No, it's just not for genre. Weird thing is, I didn't even get into racing games until maybe a year or 2 ago. It's just been a fast-growing habit. Gotta keep going, no rings. You don't even get those big rings that bring your health back. Skip it here too. No reason to risk taking damage. Let me off. I really don't know why there's checkpoints here, considering if you die, you go back to the start of the level and have to pay the rings. But whatever! I'll do it. We're 16 again. Not bad considering how much we spent back at the beginning. Considering the extra time and health on those, I had spent a bit more time on that. Oh! Got an achievement! Let's see what that's for. 10,000 combos. Wow. Okay. Another thing I should mention, there are achievements for getting all the hot dogs and all the levels. So, for achievement hunters, this is something you have to do. Lovely achievement hunters. Luckily, you still don't have to completely and 100% complete the game to get all the achievements. Because that would make all the perfectionists go mad, but then again, I think perfectionists would do it anyway, so what difference does it make? Still no reason to fight that enemy, and I fell down this time. I don't care, I'm gonna keep shimmering. Up we go, and jump across. Made it fantastically. I swear I just phased through that lamp. But whatever. Still doing good. As far as I can tell, we haven't even taken damage yet, so that's good. That's really good. That being said, you will almost always take damage in this last segment. Not because it's hard, but just because there's so many enemies in that one room. Odds are your combo will get unlucky with one enemy. It's just the way it seems to work. Okay, get the shield, get the claw. And okay, there's nothing there this time. I'm guessing that was a full health item or something, because Tails is still there. Let's turn Unleash on. One hit killed the Titan. That's pretty bad. Oh, so much experience. Seems probably the closest thing to a Sonic RPG that we've got, well, excluding that DS title that no one likes to think about. It's not that it's a bad game, it's just... I don't know. I wouldn't even mind if they made a sequel, but... seems to be a lot of things going on with that game. Apparently Sega actually got sued by one of the Archie comic guys or whatever over that game, since the plot for it and the plot of one of the comics was really similar. I only know this from a stream I watched way back when, so take what I say with a grain of salt. But I don't know. If it's legit, I'll have to look at it and see what went on. Now loading. Yep. There we go. All the hot dog missions in Apatos. Complete every mission in style. Don't forget that in style part. 6,000 rings. Wow. 30 breezy dogs. Start eating. They give you 70 experience, which, as I think I said before, you get 100 experience and that will bring you up a level for the gauge. So, yeah. Also, Chip loves all these dogs. He doesn't even like the basic chili dogs you can buy, but he loves these. So if you still need to get that achievement where Chip really likes you, these are a great way to get him to like you. He says the same thing every time. Unless you start getting around the point where he is more friendly, then he'll start giving random banter along with it. Like this. Random banter. That's a sign that you're close. Then once you make it, he'll still do the banter. Yeah, sure. Take a sandwich. I'm gonna take one for Sonic too. 50, that's not bad. Not as good as the breezy dogs, but there's only so many breezy dogs in the game, so... Yeah, Sonic is a nail clipper, I'm sure. So, I think I should mention, if you didn't notice, you can actually see Sonic and Chip eating the food in the background. Like, pay attention to Chip this time when I give it to him. You can see it through the screen. Yeah, that's essentially it. He's taking his sweet time with that, isn't he? As far as I can tell, there's no indication as to when he'll actually have it. Is Eggman really bad, that person? No, he's really misunderstood. That other country. You mean Eggman Land? I want to see how much experience I have. You can go to, I think it's status. Yeah. I'm up to level 8 now. I was at 0 beforehand, remember? So, it's pretty good. Let's up the unleash. Go back to 0. So you can check for Sonic, just not for Chip. Which bewilders me in every sense, but... Yeah, he's friends with robots. That makes total sense. There we go, finally! BFFs, I can stop feeding Chip now. Everything goes to Sonic now. Oh, right, I should probably show that thing, shouldn't I? Yeah, you can see all my games now, whatever. Become best friends with Chip. Just feed him a ton of food he likes. The hot dogs are an easy way to cheat this. I don't even know what was probably on that list. In recent time, I've lent out my 360 to people, so really anything could be on that. Banjo-Kazooie thing, I know that would be on there because I did a speedrun of that a while ago. Not terribly long, but... Everything goes to Sonic now, come on. This sounds like an alarm going off, listen to it. Let's go to stats again. 12. Guess I can get shield. Is there still 10 here? Yes. Guess I'm spending that on then. Alrighty. Sorry this part's dragged on so much, the rest won't be that way, but I mostly showed that off on screen because I wanted to get that BFF achievement out of the way. Because, you know, achievement hunting at this point. So, next part we will go to another level and do those hot dog missions. Take care, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.